Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're talking about the bigger elephant in DBD's room posted by Reaper. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna react, we're gonna talk about it, see what the topic is about. And I'm curious to see what the bigger elephant in DBD's room is. Because I was thinking it had something to do with the, with the gens or something like that, or just like the... I don't know. I'm curious. Let's just go ahead and find out what the vibes are.
Hello everybody, it is Reaper Games, and today I wanted to talk about a bigger elephant in the room than Trapper. Yes, I know that this is clickbait, but I wanted to discuss an issue that has been on the rise as of late that needs even more attention. I'm talking about the Next Epidemic. Now,
the Next Epidemic. This is a good topic. I want to give my thoughts on it a little bit. I definitely can see that the Next Epidemic can be very problematic. I know we've discussed it, I think, a little bit in previous videos, but as it is right now, at least in the current patch, I would say, because this was uploaded I think a few weeks ago, but with the current patch we do have a node now with the Blood Moon where survivors can essentially just go on thousands of win streaks and whatnot. They'll win every single game at this point. That mode is designed for the easiest matches they could possibly have, 5-minute games. So I'm pretty sure they're probably going next way less. At least when I've been playing the event, I have only seen maybe one match in all my time from the date that the event dropped. I think I only had one match that they were just going next from the very start of the match. So is it still a elephant in DBD's room? I would say potentially. Once the event's off and we start to see the updates kind of roll in, we'll kind of have to see if it still does reign supreme, I would say. But for the most part, I will say that the Next Epidemic isn't that bad, at least to go up against. I know that a lot of the Next does come from the survivor side due to the, overabundance of crybabies just kind of going into matches and having something they don't like happen, and then they just immediately start raging, start slamming down everybody's pallets, they start to run around and make a bunch of noise, and just overall can't handle it. And I do find it pretty funny when it happens, because a lot of the time it's pretty insane. You'll just get a single hit and then all of a sudden they lose their minds. But yeah, it's not that bad, at least from my perspective. Now overall, I do know a lot of people do disagree with it. They think that it's very irritating to go up against. It takes away a lot of the fun from the game. And I can also see that perspective as well. It definitely can make a match just sort of end prematurely, which could be less interesting and maybe less entertaining, to say the least. So I can sort of see where they're coming from with that as well. But I do want to hear a bit more about what Reaper has to say about it.
Now, I know that behavior is adding in a penalty, which I'm so excited for, but I need to get this off my chest because knowing players, they will find a way to quit without penalty. I don't know how, but somehow they'll find a way. I'm going to try my best to not go into this topic for too long because there has been so much said about this topic, even on my own channel, but as of 2025, we still have players not wanting to play the actual game. If you're new to DBD and don't know what Go Next means, it means when a player flat out gives up, aka going to the next match. The main problem with going next is when a player decides to die purposely on hook. Two things happen which are very unhealthy for the game. One, the players who are teamed up with someone who gives up usually will lose the entire game, and two, the player who dies on hook by giving up doesn't get a disconnect penalty, which essentially means they don't get punished for screwing over their team. Now,
yeah, that is pretty much the main issue with the Next Epidemic, is that it affects a lot more teams as a whole because of the fact that they are removing themselves from the match, and from that obviously leads to just a pretty much a wash after that. Like they have literally no opportunity of actually attempting to win and play competitively in that sense, and that can be very irritating for their team because they don't even have a chance. Like they go from, you know, at least having a shot to just like completely just, it's basically over. And that, as we've stated in another video before, like having a situation where you literally have no control over the outcome in a match like this, like, or matches like these where it's supposed to be like at least a competitive setting. In a competitive setting, it isn't fun to go up against, so I can see why it can be considered a big issue.
It is possible to win a game with only 3 people, but if the killer isn't absolutely terrible, it's very unlikely. The core of this issue to me is how behavior caters to these types of players. Behavior has built up this massive community of crybabies, and now they have to fix it.
Yes, behavior most definitely has built up a community of crybabies because they have, in the past, changed out a lot of things that would make it even easier for the survivor side. A good example I would say is Sadako. Sadako had gotten reworked and nerfed like I think 2 or 3 times before now she's at this current point, and lost a lot of her strength, I would say, and lost a lot of her depth in a way too as well, because they simply just could not figure out how to take a tape and put it in the TV. I don't understand as to why. Even nowadays, they actually even reduce the time it takes to take the tape and put in the TV. I don't entirely know why, but apparently that was way too difficult to figure out, even though you just take the tape and put it in the TV. I don't know. But either way, that's a perfect example of it. We see that just happen just a lot, you know, just a lot of crying from a particular side. And it just ends up leading to a lot of nerfs, which is really unfortunate, because there's a lot of players that just sort of refuse to actually learn how to counter things and try to improve against it. But Sadako, I would say, is one of the examples of it. That honestly, it was sad to see it happen. It really was. And it's a perfect example of it because it was such a simple counter, which was just put the tape in the TV and then they got gutted up a storm. So, with that being said, let's see what else there is to say.
From what I've seen, this game's balancing is determined on which side cries louder. I've seen the comment, "I bought the game, so I'll play however I want" thrown around when it comes to these types of survivors that expect a cakewalk every game. The issue I have with this is if you're instantly giving up, you're not playing the game. Not only are
I completely agree. If you're giving up on the hook, you're not actually participating in the match, so therefore you're not even playing the game in the first place. So it's not really playing how you want. You're not playing at all. That sort of statement applies to when you're playing as a killer player, where you play how you want despite them crying, and then you go, "Hey, it's my game, I bought it, like I play how I want." Like that's how that goes, you know what I mean? It goes the same exact way. You play it however you want. Now, there's a difference between not playing at all.
Are you not playing? You're actively screwing others' game. It's wild because the players who say this sometimes think that this game is affecting them in real life, and things a killer does like tunneling or camping is abuse.
This is bullshit. They are expecting us to just sit and take the killer's abuse on the chin instead of just finding another match. IDC, I'm not going to sit there and let the killer abuse the entire team, and I just say thank you sir, may I have another.
Abuse.
Hey yo, they ain't no way. There is no way. There is no way that they're using that kind of terminology to describe a match in a video game. It's a video game. Look, it's a video game. If you're not having fun, go play something else. Like, it's that simple. And I agree with the person responding. I'm hoping it's satire as well, because this makes no sense. It's a video game. What are you talking about? Like, these people have clearly not gone through any hardship in their lives. They clearly have not gone through anything to even know what that word actually means. So to use that to describe a video game is beyond my comprehension. Like, this is meant, like, this has to be some mental problems, bro. Because there ain't no way. Like, like, there is no way somebody in their right mind is saying this out loud.
Bro, it's a video game. This better be satire or you're beyond delusional.
PPL who've been playing for years don't care about this stuff. I'll keep going next or just DCing out of matches I don't want to be in.
Well, luckily for your teammates, you'll receive stacking amounts of disconnection penalties, meaning you can't queue for an allotted time if you keep doing it.
I agree with the person responding. It's a good thing that they're adding that kind of mechanic in, because those people that aren't trying to go next and are just trying to play the game can, at the very least, know for a fact that their teammate is not going to be able to go into other matches and then do the same thing again. So that's good.
See, I wasn't kidding. These type of people run DBD and cry when they feel the game is too hard.
We're not ever going to play into that.
You are,
I
by
think
talking
it's also
about me.
Denial of the fact that just because that's a fun way for them to play doesn't mean that we have to continue to make ourselves suffer in a way that's completely unfun for the rest of us.
Oh my god.
And it's kind of like we're like protesting
What?
the quote unquote comp killer gameplay.
This reaction happened.
They did not just say the word protesting to describe playing a video game. What? There ain't no way. What are they? What? Like, the thing is, I've seen people unironically say this on streams and in endgame chats. Like, they are using this kind of, like, they're literally using this kind of terminology, and they're speaking like this unironically, like it's a video game. And I don't there ain't no way, dude. Like, there's no way that people exist like this, man. Terminally online, moronic, like, just absolutely, like, brain dead takes as well. Like, it's mind-blowing, and it's brain melting. It's insane. I don't understand.
Happened a couple years ago, but we are really at the point where players believe they are virtuous for giving up because they think it's a protest to quit a game. Hell, a lot of the time, the game will literally just start and they'll quit. These people do not want to challenge ever. They contrast each other. What I mean when I say contrast is it would seem as if no matter what you do as killer, no one is happy. In the first clip, I play a game where two people DC pretty quickly, and I get told I'm sweaty for not wanting the game that I queued up in to end in a draw.
I completely agree, though, that you can literally win a game. You don't get a GG, be the complete silence, or salt to get mad. Or if you lose your game, they'll still get mad. It's like, you already won your game. Like, what else do you want? Oh, but you were tunneling. The way you played was a problem. It's like, okay, but you already won. You escaped. Like, what difference does that make? Like, you already won the game. Like, what are you talking about? And I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand it. You literally got the outcome you wanted. Like, just go on to your next game. Like, you're... It blows my freaking mind. I don't understand it. It's so strange.
Am I mistaken, or isn't the main point of DBD and most games to try and win?
LMAO. You were checking to see if you would get pallet stun. Don't act XD. Only 2 players. I'm saying you were trying. She DC'd. So 2 players.
What is their point?
You said you weren't sweating.
Yeah, there's a lot wrong with this, but this is the type of stuff you see in the endgame chats with Survivor mains. It's actually just super mind-blowingly insane. Apparently it's sweating for trying not to get stunned, I guess. And countering playstyles, countering perks. Oh, that's toxic, that's sweaty. You're not getting stunned? No, sweating. You're sweating. You're supposed to let us win because 2 people DC'd. It's like, okay. It's the Survivor rulebook, the fabled fantasy, the legends we hear about, that this magical book that exists that has never been written down, we have no documentation of this rulebook at all. But apparently you're going against it by trying to just play the game normally.
But you were though. I'm saying you were sweating.
But my thing is, though, is like, isn't like the Survivor the one sweating because they're the ones that they wanted to win that bad by having 2 people DC? Like, you gotta think about it, man. Aren't you, like, the Survivor, sweating because you thought that you should get a free win because your teammates have decided to give up? I'm telling you, man, you gotta think about it. I'm just saying, with that same logic, right? Technically speaking, by the killer literally just playing the game normally and you expecting a free win, and you caring so much about the free win that you're still in the endgame chat when you could have been queuing up for another match instead, doesn't that make you the one sweating? I'm just saying.
You just said you were. LOL.
What
So
is
you
this
were
guy
XD.
on about?
Bruh.
You're dumb. I'm saying you're sweating.
I don't understand,
You
dude.
contradicting yourself.
Bro, my mind is melting, dude. My mind is melting. Like,
Trust and believe, everybody's mind is melting reading this, man. It doesn't make any sense, but apparently, man.
It's probably because I'm tired. You were
No, man, no Reaper. It's not because you're tired. All of us who can read understand that none of this makes any sense. It's okay. It's alright. We all understand it makes no sense in any way, shape, or form. I still don't understand it. And it still makes no sense. And I'm lost. I'm like, but like I said before, I made the point. I mean, it seems like they're the ones that are sweating if they're this worried about what do you call it? If they're this worried about the win and getting a free win. I think they're the ones sweating. I'm just saying.
We're trying really hard with 2 players, which I thought it was the Nia that escaped, but it's not. It's the person I killed, so they're obviously upset that I killed them. I wanted the win, but I wasn't like... I just went after her because I wanted the game to end. I wanted to get a 3K, so... You were checking to see if you get pallet stunned. They think that's sweating? They think that's sweating? What are you talking about? What? How is that sweating? It's like, oh no, I don't want to get stunned because I knew that Nia would try to come and save. Like, why is that interpreted as sweating now? Like, let's say I was sweating. Where does that get us? Where does that get us? Like, they kept on just saying 2 players, okay? Like, they just want me to give up at that point. I should just stop playing the game then. If 2 people DC, I'm like, oh, I gotta give them a free pass. Yeah, winning and sweating is not the same thing. Okay. They said I'm dumb, but okay, brother, to each their own, I guess. Now, I already know I'm gonna get comments saying,
Reaper, how are you talking about going next when you tunnel as a killer?
there's a huge difference between tunneling and going next. When you tunnel as a killer or when you gen rush as a survivor, you are trying to minimize the time it is to complete your objective. When it comes to going next, you are benefiting nobody. All you are
I couldn't have said it better myself. As I've said in previous videos, tunneling is simply a strategy to play more efficiently. The same way gen rushing is for the survivor side, it's to play the game efficiently. So, either way, like, as a killer player, I don't enjoy going against it, but I'm fully aware of the fact that it is the efficient way to play the survivor side. Unfortunately, though, the other side doesn't believe that tunneling is the most efficient way to play killer, probably because they don't play it. But also the mere fact that, put simply, that's what you kind of need to do to play efficiently. It works the same way. They may not like it, but that's how it is. So, the bigger issue is obviously them quitting the game entirely and then preventing anybody to even have a chance of even having a chance to win in the first place. That's sort of the bigger problem. Going next is a completely different, thing there, like he was saying, and has nothing to do with tunneling or anything else.
are doing when you either DC or kill yourself on hook is screwing over your teammates or just screwing over the game. If you have problems with tunneling as a survivor, you can either get better at looping or run one of the many second chance perks that DBD offers. And if you have a problem with gen rushing as killer, then either get better at gen pressure or run one of the many perks that are gen regression perks. Both strategies on both sides are annoying, but they are not the be-all, end-all. There are definitely ways to counter both of these strategies. Again, when it comes to going next, there is no strategy involved, you're just quitting. To contrast this interaction, a buddy of mine sent in a video to our Discord where he let the person who essentially quit the hatch for a free escape, and this is what happened.
Me personally, I don't really agree with this sort of way to play. I don't really believe in it. I don't really do this myself. If they are going to quit, if they are going to give up, I just take my free down and my free hook. I don't appease to the pointing and standing there. That's just me personally. That's how I choose to play. And the bigger reason for that, obviously, is the mere fact that if a killer player is struggling in the match or losing the game or just has no hooks at all, no survivor is going and getting a free hook or going and giving them a kill or anything to sort of equalize the playing field at all. They don't ever do that. But when a survivor stops running and start pointing and asking for mercy, all of a sudden the killer has to do that. But it doesn't go both ways. If the killer's losing, they get steamrolled and then they go to the exit gate and get teabagged. But if a survivor does it, all of a sudden it's fine. So I personally just don't believe in it. I don't really think it's really that fair in that sense. So I just don't participate in it. And obviously it was up to this player's discretion if they wanted to do that, and apparently they do decide to give the survivor hatch in the end. Once again, I don't really agree with that either. Obviously I'm playing more competitively. I'm trying to mainly focus on like playing for my fun and trying to focus on chasing and seeing if I can win the game. And I'm pretty sure my opponents are doing the same thing, so I really don't believe in it personally. So
Goddamn kiddo, you know you are contributing to the Go Next epidemic. The Nia just stood there and let you down her, so I wasn't going to try to save her if she wanted to go next. You are making the game unhealthy. Figure out what's causing the Go Next epidemic and don't contribute.
So I do agree with Dalita to a certain extent, right? Like, don't give these people hatch, like, just make it even more difficult for them. Me personally, I've had matches where I just slug out that person entirely because it's unfair to everyone in the match that the whole game has to stop because they are deciding to give up. So what I'll do is I've done that before. I'll just leave them on the ground. And, you know, we just hope that maybe it'll make them think twice about trying to just randomly give up on the hook, because it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? At least if you DC, there's a bot. You know, like at least there's a bot and then they get a penalty for it. And there's at least a better chance. Because, I mean, arguably the bots are even better than the players. So, it's like, at least if you do that, at least you give them something. But when you're just giving up in the middle of the game like that and trying to, you know, go next on the hook, it's not cool, man.
To be completely honest, I'd be salty if the person who decided to quit mid-game was granted hatch, but this person went on a whole rant again.
I do agree with that as well. I don't think that it's really fair to everybody that they can still get a free escape and then proceed to start giving up in the next game and then make it more difficult for somebody else. I don't really think that is fair, but this story does continue.
And acting like they're some sort of martyr.
Your perks are insulting.
This I don't agree with, though. Alita's losing her mind, saying that the Trapper's perks are insulting and the Franklin's is causing the problem. Like, oh, you're adding to the Go Next epidemic. It's like, no, it's not the killer's fault for that. Like, that's where you lose me. It's like, what are you talking about? The one that's adding to this is the Nia. Like, this is they're the ones who are participating in the epidemic, by giving up by themselves. It's not the killer's fault. The killer can pick whatever the heck he wants. He's literally playing Trapper, for crying out loud. Like, he's one of the weaker killers in the game. Like, and you're giving up against that? Like, come on now. So it just goes to show the delusion is constantly being pointed toward the killers, which is a weird thing I've noticed with the sort of community. Like, it's for some reason it's always the killer's fault. When, like, for some reason, according to a vast majority, survivors could do no wrong. They can bring whatever perks they want. They can play however they want. They can do whatever they want, and there's just like nothing for that. There's no as well as he says perk shaming or anything like that. It's just coping or something like that. And it's always a killer. Like, oh, it's the killer. It's like, no, it's a survivor. Like, they chose to decide to give up and ruin the game for all of you. Like, that has nothing to do with the killer at all. Like, now, did he give hatch when he probably shouldn't have? I will say, yeah. But I in general don't do that. So it's like, whatever. But it's not the perk. It's not his perk selection that's causing the problem. You know what I mean? That just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment your thoughts on the topic. Support Reaper here with the sub or something like that. Watch the original video, see the full thing, and just, yeah, if you're on the video right here, drop your thoughts. Like, is the Go Next epidemic the bigger elephant in DBD's room? Like, how would you fix the Go Next epidemic? What are your thoughts on this? And have you experienced this recently, like the Go Next epidemic? And support with the links in the description. The original video is linked there as well. And you can follow on Twitch to watch me play Killer live. I'll see you guys in the next one.